Hey Earth Signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is going to be your weekly tarot readings. The messages are going to be general, so they may not resonate with everyone. If you are after a personal tarot reading, feel free to reach out and inquire. My email address is going to be listed below the video. Let's take a look and see what messages are coming in for you guys. Wow, there's a lot that's going on here, especially emotionally and internally. There may be a full moon coming up here. I feel like there might be a full moon coming up. And during this phase, I feel like your emotions are going to be really high, and emotions are going to be running really rampant. So watch out for those. I feel like to me, it feels like you're on a very spiritual or on a very emotional path right now. You might be recognizing that there are certain things in your life, certain situations or relationships or friendships that are unfulfilling, okay, that are lacking commitment or that are lacking emotional fulfillment. And there's something here where I feel like, especially because of the energy of the Eight of Cups, right? And then you've got the King of Cups below it. I mean, you've got a lot of water energy here. There's something here that tells me that maybe you're only now discovering, or you've recently discovered, that a certain situation is just, it's not making you happy. It's not bringing you happiness. It's not necessarily contributing to your happiness. It might be taking away from your happiness. It might just feel empty, okay? Or there's some sort of situation which you're experiencing like a loss or a disappointment. And much like the figure in the picture here, he's walking away. He's shuffling into the mountains, or he's walking away in search for what's on the other side of the mountains, because what's on this side of the mountains is not fulfilling. Okay, and he feels as though there's wholeness lacking in the situation, so he decides to walk away. The moon that hangs in the sky here is a reminder that, the moon's light is going to illuminate the path. So for some of you, there's a situation in which you may feel like it's been a loss, or it's disappointing, or you feel like there is someone or something that you have to walk away from. And it might not be easy to do, because you might still love this person, okay? You might still have a lot of feelings for this person, but you just feel like it's an unfulfilling relationship, or it's an unfulfilling situation. It could be a job. You might have to walk away from a job that, even though you like doing it and you have a lot of fun, it's just not fulfilling. There's no growth. There's nowhere to grow. And to me, it feels like there's no more avoiding the situation, and the path ahead of you might not be clear. I do think you're on a very spiritual and emotional journey right now. The path ahead of you might not be clear. You may have next to no idea what's on the other side of the mountain, but the biggest risk that you are going to take right now is playing it safe. You don't know what's on the other side of the mountain. You don't. But what you do know is what's on this side of the mountain is lacking wholeness. It is not fulfilling you. Okay? The greatest risk is not taking a risk at all. And your biggest risk right now is playing it safe. Staying in a situation that you're not happy with. Staying in a situation that is not emotionally fulfilling. Okay? So staying in a relationship just because it's familiar, okay? It's safe, or it's familiar, not because, it's fulfilling. Okay, you might lack emotional, the person that you're connected to Okay, they may be a good person and all, but there may be a lack of chemistry, or there may be a lack of emotional connection. And even though the situation, the relationship was great when it first began, the relationship has ran its course. Staying in a situation that you know lacks wholeness is not going to bring you emotional fulfillment. And I just feel like there's a situation that you're facing right now which you cannot avoid any longer. And the reason why you're recognizing it, and the reason why you know that you have to you have to go for what's in search on the other side of the mountain, that you have to turn your back on someone or something here, because it's unfulfilling. So it could be a job, a relationship, I don't know, a friendship. It could be something, something you need to walk away from something here. Because I feel like your energy, your soul is being compelled to walk away from a disappointing situation because it's unfulfilling, okay? And the reason why you're recognizing it now more than ever before is because of the spiritual journey, the spiritual path that you're on. So do not be scared, okay? Don't let your next move be one that is made in fear, okay? I get it, some of you do not see the next, you don't see the clear path. You don't know if there is a clear path ahead of you. You don't know, you might be leaving a job and not necessarily have something else lined up, or you might be starting out a new job, and you might have your reservations and your doubts because it's new. It means new people, it means new responsibility, just starting from scratch. So you might have your reservations, or if it's like a new connection, and that's okay. But don't let fear hold you back. Okay, do not let fear hold you back, because the path might not be very clear, but don't stress about that. Okay, you might not know what your next move should be, or what the next step should be for you. But the moon, the illuminance of the moon here, it's going to light your path. Okay, all you have to do is take the next step, and then the next step after that will show itself. A funny thing happens when you walk away from, you turn your back onto something that is no longer fulfilling. Okay, you you know you when you close chapters, like when you close old doors, new doors open up for you. So I feel like for some of you, you had to walk away from something that was unfulfilling in order for something else, like something had to fall apart for you for something better to come together. So some of you, you had to leave this job so that you could pursue a new career opportunity, one that is more in alignment with who you are, one that is, more, it caters more to your talents and your skills and your resume, one that you're more passionate about. You had to leave an unfulfilling situation, an unfulfilling romantic situation, so that you could connect with a new energy, someone who you could emotionally connect with, someone who you can share emotional and mental compatibility. See, by walking away from, this situation that you're no longer happy in, or you feel like you're no longer growing in, you created, by closing a door on one chapter, you created space in your life for a new chapter. So you just have to trust. You have to trust in yourself a little bit more, and you have to trust in the universe a little bit more. You also have to be very patient. This journey that you're on, you have to understand that there are some people that are not going to accompany you on this journey, okay? Or there are some people that are only going to be a very small part of this journey, okay? This isn't their journey, this is yours. So focus on you. Do not compare yourself to anyone else. That would be unfair, okay? That's their path. Yours is yours. So yeah, with Temperance, I just feel like there's a strong reminder for you to be very patient and trust the process. Because deep down inside, you know that it's time for you to let go and move on from someone or something here. And you know that the time to do it is now. This is something that I feel like you've known for a long time, but the reason why it's just making more sense now, and the reason why you're seeing things more clearer now and you feel more compelled to take action now, is because of the spiritual awakening that you're on, the spiritual and emotional awakening. Okay, something once or someone once brought you a great source of happiness. They know, and you know deep down inside that they no longer do. And despite you investing your energy and your best efforts into this relationship or into this situation, it's no longer turning out the way that you want it to. Okay, so yes, there is an energy of sadness as you move on, as you move on from this old chapter onto the new, as you move on from this job to this, this career opportunity onto the new, or this relationship or friendship. But it's something that needs to be done. It's time to move on. It's time to let go and move on, and you know that. I also feel like it's time for you to have open conversations. There is some sort of heartbreak in the energies. Repressed emotions, okay? Some very strong repressed emotions. And this is a part of your spiritual awakening. Now, this is something you're holding on to. There is pain or hurt that it could be from the past, okay? Pain or hurt that you're carrying in your energies and you have stored up in your energy. Now, you feel as though you've dealt with this. You feel as though you've hurt this, you've healed this pain, or you've, released these repressed emotions. You've been avoiding. To me, I feel very strongly like you have been avoiding, you've been trying to escape feeling this hurt, this pain, or this betrayal. Now, you could have been the one who inflicted this hurt, okay? You might not necessarily be on the receiving end. You might have been the one to have hurt or betrayed someone here. You're trying to pretend like it didn't happen, okay? Or maybe that you didn't do it, you didn't create the pain, or you're trying to pretend like you weren't hurt by what someone said or did. Or you're trying to pretend like the pain no longer exists. It's no longer a problem. And because of how heavy this pain is, you may have repressed those emotions. And I feel like you have, or you might be refusing to have open conversations with yourself and with a connecting energy here about what's happened or what is happening. I know you prefer to pretend as if everything is okay and if you can just avoid, this altogether, but that's not how healing works. On a deeper level, there is something here, some sort of repressed emotions that are coming back. Now, they're sort of been there in your energies, but they've been stored in your energies, and instead of passing through you, you've been holding on to them. And to me, it feels like this is because of this journey you're on, this is bubbling back up to the surface. And I just feel like you can no longer pretend like it's, this emotional issue, this emotional pain remains so real and raw in your life that you can no longer pretend it didn't happen, or it doesn't, no longer bothers you. So in order for you to let go of this hurt or this pain, or to heal it, you need to address it. Okay, you need to have an open conversation with someone here. There's a close connecting energy, okay? There may be apologies that are being owed. There's conversations that need to be had. And look, the message that I get again is some things had to get bad before they could get better, okay? They had to fall apart so they could come back together again. Something here, there's been this hurt and this pain, this energy of pain it's been with you, or it's been with you and this person, or it's been present, but you kind of tried to bury it, okay? And you can only bury something for so long before it comes back up to the surface, right? Nothing really goes away if you don't deal with it. So there's something here that needs dealing with. It needs your attention. And this emotional pain might even be manifesting itself as physical pain, okay? And that's your body's way of, and it's saying pay attention. So if you're experiencing pain in certain parts of your body. You know, it's your body's way of saying pay attention to this pain, do not ignore it, address it. Because when you try and ignore something, it'll, you know, when you try and ignore this emotional pain that you're feeling, it's manifesting itself outwards. A conversation is going to be a conversation where you can just get everything out in the open. Okay, it's going to feel very cathartic, very therapeutic, very healing and soothing as well. And you might not be in alignment with this person right now, and some of you might even be scared to connect with this person. Okay, because you might feel like maybe you ghosted them, maybe, you know, the last interaction you had with this person, it didn't necessarily, wasn't very, I don't know, wasn't very pleasant, or it was just a bit challenging. Maybe you said some things, they said some things, and I get it. For some of you, you're kind of putting it off because maybe it was really awkward or just challenging. But the longer you let it go on like this, the longer it festers. And in order for you to heal it, you need to feel it. You need to feel it to heal it, okay? It's time for some healing and some cleansing to take place. Alright guys, and these are your messages. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. Please show your support to the channel by liking, sharing and subscribing. It helps the channel to grow, and growth is always a good thing. Bye for now.